Hello everyone, Ian Iliona here, another day in Los Angeles, and by Los Angeles I mean Seattle. So I've been on the phone with Seattle police for all of the day. I don't know, they have other things to deal with. I mean, I'm not the only person who complains. But the idea of sexual harassment by a female is kind of rare. I get it, it is rare, but it does happen. It's what happened to me, which is why it's on my YouTube channel, my X, and my Instagram. And it's on Meditate. So I told them that I was going to wait until they closed, so about 6. And then now I guess I'm going to Starbucks. Because I've been fucking hungry this entire time. And I've been stuck here in the library. Like, I would be playing video games, but I ordered a matcha from the patio. And it is so good, but it is a diuretic. So I had to go quite a few times. Which is good because like everything I eat is full of toxins. So the more I flush out of me, the better it is for my system. Which is gross to say out loud, but it's a bodily function. Everybody does it. But here I am, I'm in front of the library now, and I don't see them. So we will be walking to Starbucks together. It's a super weird day here. Like, I've never really, because I'm normally not on that floor, but something about the floor today, people are just really aggressive. So I don't know. Like, I wish I had taken video while that woman decided that she was going to scream at the 2 Indian people who were, I'm not even sure if they're Indian. They could have been Pakistani. I'm really terrible at this. If I misconstrued you, I'm sorry. But I did get security on your behalf because, like, no one should be treated that way. But it does remind me, I was a bit abrupt. I didn't yell at the poor black woman who had to take the comment card from me, but I was upset. I was upset. It's like, you're going to get a slightly terse turn. I'm not going to yell at you. But I'm going to make it very clear that your library, while it meant well with its inclusiveness, it didn't follow through. If it had followed through, it would have said, okay, well, if we're going all gender, then we can't have urinals because urinals by definition are male gender. Now, if you identify as a female or call yourself whatever, look, I am two-spirit. I'm not exactly transgender. I stand with transgender, but I'm two-spirit, as in I allow myself to feel female energies, but I'm not going through any gender reaffirming surgery, which puts me out of the transgender and just into that rock star kind of. But either way, if you stand at the urinal beside me or behind me, you better have a fucking penis. Otherwise, get the fuck out my fucking bathroom. And I understand, you know, it's like, oh my God, transphobia. It's like, if you are a cisgender woman, you sit down to fucking pee. If you have the fucking skills to squirt like that, my honey, then you should be in fucking Thailand because they pay top dollar for that bitch. But if you're just some fat, ugly woman who decided to come and sexually harass me, then fuck you, cunt. Fuck you. So I'm gonna go over to the Starbucks. I'm gonna eat my fucking fill. I mean, it's been a stressful day, so I'm getting myself 2 lunch boxes. I don't know how they run out of my favorite drink. My favorite drink, and they ran out of it. It's just a day of complete letdowns. But here I am. I don't know. Like, all of this is fucking evidence. So, like, every time Seattle and the West Coast decide to do the little life lessons And by life lessons, I mean they act something out which is completely wrong to do and they would be arrested for in any other situation. But because it's a learning experience, they think that they can get away with treating people the way that they do. That's all. I mean, I could, belabor the point, but I think I made it pretty clear. Like, you legitimately have video that I had to pay for to see this woman follow me into the fucking restroom. And she had nothing in her hand, but she came out with something in her hand. So it's like, why did she get behind me and then pull something in her hand? And notice how she didn't go to the fucking Seattle Public Library and say, well, I'm a transgender person, so I'm entitled to use this bathroom. She didn't do that. She put her fucking sunglasses back on. I saw the video. She put her fucking sunglasses on and was like, straight into the fucking female bathroom. I'm like, isn't that where you were supposed to be? Isn't that where you were supposed to be? Because if you were of the mindset of, okay, well, it's all gender and I don't feel like a woman today, then fine. But then you would have gone straight to the fucking stall. But you stood at the fucking urinal with me. Like, what the fuck? But you don't have a penis. So why the fuck are you behind me you don't have a penis? That's sexual harassment. That's sexual harassment. She didn't say a word to me. But why is she holding stuff out to me behind me? Whatever. Like, I'm supposed to take this as, well, West Coast people have been known for a while to be a little out there, but this takes the fucking cake. Like, I am very vocal about the fact that I have PTSD from military sexual trauma. I don't even let women sit next to me because I don't want to fucking relax my guard. Because every single time that I do, every single time I move to a fucking new city, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable because you make it uncomfortable. I do my part. I just keep my fucking mouth shut. I had some woman who's like, is this seat taken? There's a lot of that, is this seat taken? And it's just like, I don't fucking own the spot. If you want to sit down there, and by the way, I enjoy some nice private time at a fucking table. I get it. You want some private time at the table. Enjoy your private time at the table. I don't have to fucking yell at you. Just do what you're going to do. But I had to bite my tongue because this person decided that they were going to, sit directly at my table. And I was like, okay, well, you can enjoy that table. I'm going to be somewhere else. And then I just walked off. Because that's how you're supposed to fucking handle it, I understand my issues are my fucking issues, but if you do things to exacerbate it, then yeah, you're just terrible people. You're terrible people. Now, I understand that of my situation, I could go to any fucking coffee house and just sit down and, I mean, as long as you maybe pay for something every once in a while, you can stay there as long as you fucking want. You're a customer. But I don't really want to fucking operate that way. I mean, look, I want some fucking high speed because I'll be playing that Warframe. I will be playing that Final Fantasy 14. But I don't want to fucking pay, European internet cafe prices just to do something like that. Now, I understand, like, money ain't a thing. And you're like, you can do that if you want. It's just, I would rather spend my money on Starbucks than to spend my money at a fucking coffee house. And okay, it's mostly because Starbucks gives me fucking free food. And not to mention their customer service. From what I've experienced, even with all my complaints, snarky but yet still super fucking respectful, always says hello to me, says good morning to me. It's that kind of personal thing that, I don't know, it just says, here, take some money, because they give me top-notch nutrition. They give me all this stuff. You want to go buy me? Yeah, go ahead. I don't know, I try and do this stuff, and then I have that in the background, and it's just like, ugh. I mean, not to mention, you know, like, if you don't want to look at me, you don't have to look at me, but you can still hear me. This is fucking super awkward because I'm not walking super fast. I don't have a fucking functional cell phone, as in they could fucking call me and then triangulate my position. I just have to fucking do guesswork, but they do too. But I'm not going to let this slide, because this is a fucking Supreme Court issue. This is a Supreme Court issue because we dance around this every fucking day. Of this city says no, bathrooms are for men and women. That is it. And then this city says no, it's for everybody. But then no one takes into account when people start being fucking freaky, both men and women on both sides. And then you say, okay, well, where's the fucking protection there? Because if you're not offering protection and you're trying to do this all-inclusive thing, that doesn't fly with me. And as a future parent, that wouldn't fly with me as a parent. Now, if this woman was trying to bring her kid in and said, no, we're in a public space and I want to be a good mother, I'd be like, fuck it, I can complain, but she would have a fucking leg to stand on. If you're a fucking cisgender woman, come up behind me in the fucking urinal. Yeah, I have a fucking issue with you. No fucking kid with her? What the fuck was she doing there? Unless it was just intimidation. Unless it was just sexual harassment. So, that's where we are. And I love how the moral of the story is, well, don't you want a house? Or don't you want an apartment of your own? It's like, I would, except for the fact that I hate you people. I hate you. I hate you for the simple reason of, why would I put down roots in an area that clearly doesn't think security is an issue? I can complain about the sanctity of the men's shitter, but I worry a lot more about having a town where not even your landmarks are safe. You have the Space Needle and you didn't fucking protect that, your biggest cash cow, and you just decided, no, we don't need to fucking invest our budget into that. So, yeah, I'm here to remind people that there's a life outside of the apartment game that always, you lose it. You lose. Because, number one, you don't sleep outside. You never go outside. Either you're at a job or, you know, you hate the sun. I hate the sun. So I try and stay indoors whatsoever. But you're not getting enough oxygen. You're not getting enough sunlight, you're not getting enough exercise. You lose when you do this apartment thing. You lose when you get this whole house thing, because it feels like a castle until you live there for long enough, and then that's just a mausoleum. That's just where you made memories, or so you think. You think of the parties you had, you think of all these things, but then you think, the dust, the mold, all of it. It's just not worth it. It's not a good investment. The best investment that you could possibly have is, gosh, this place sucks, I'll go somewhere else. Because then you might get a brand new place. There you might get a place that's actually cleaned. Because people clean their houses. No. You need to hire professional help. There's a reason why maids are sought after. They're fucking vilified, but they're sought after because they actually clean, deep clean, to a level that you just don't do. So I'm almost at the Starbucks, and out of respect, I'm not gonna fucking film that. Pardon my French. My name is Ian Iliona. I'm an environmentalist, a human rights activist. I'm a mutant. I'm a werewolf. Oh. I am a veteran with PTSD. And I normally say the other part, but we will abbreviate it to MST. I'm not getting any better. I'm having a rough time of it. I really am. I would normally have some help and support, but you've seen the videos of how many times the West Coast interferes every single time I try and use my support, which I understand on a certain level. It should be, why in the world do you even go outside? The world is a dangerous place, and I say, well, you're supposed to actually make it a safer place. You're supposed to actually be involved and engaged enough that you say, oh, I have to take responsibility when the police chief and the mayor doesn't. I actually have to do more than just vote. And I don't know why I decided to go out on, I think, Washington's voting day. But hearing people talk about it, I'm not going to go into it because that was a personal conversation. But you think that that's enough, that you just put someone in office. It's not enough. It clearly isn't enough to the people who are hugging caskets as they lower them into the ground, because you did not stand up for your own people here in Seattle during this horrific gun violence event. You didn't stand up for each other. You want to vote for people, but you wouldn't stand up for them. Shame on you. As much as I want to uplift Seattle in so many ways, I also want to say, admonish yourself. Because here was an opportunity to say, we know what's going on outside of the state of Washington. We should learn and adapt. But you did nothing. And people are dead because of that. Shame on you. I'll see you on the next podcast.